we start that conversation, the one that everyone seems afraid to have, the elusive female orgasm. Fake it or make it. Mama V, why do women fake orgasms?
Hard to tell, but as I hear, there are many reasons why that will be possible.
Okay. We will want to hear from our audience on this. We want them to tell us their stories, the stories they've heard from others. We want to know from men whether they will prefer the truth or whether they want a performance.
Can they even handle the truth?
These are the questions we want to ask them. But first, let's get some education. Dr. Promise Sefoga is a consultant and gynecologist. He's a lecturer at the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at the University of Ghana Medical School. He's also the General Secretary for the Society of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of Ghana, known as SOGO. Dr. Sefoga, it's always a pleasure. Good morning.
Good morning, Kojo, and to the team.
So, first of all, let's set up some definitions. There are some who actually believe that the female orgasm is a myth because they have never experienced it or never been there when it is being experienced. So first of all, tell us whether it's a myth or not, and what causes the female orgasm.
Okay, thank you. I mean, first of all, let me even say thank you for you guys bringing up this very socially important issue, which also has significant implication for the well-being of women and, of course, men. Yeah. So orgasm is a physiological thing, and it comprises a lot of psychological, physical, and emotional which is then stimulated by sexual act. So that during that moment, period of orgasm, which we refer to as an sudden, intense, pleasurable feeling, and then associated with a transient increase in heart rate, blood pressure, which is why some people may get some during orgasm, and then a bit of contraction of the lower part of the human body, and that is what may trigger a bit of contraction in the lower part of the body, which the woman may feel and the man may also perceive, and then in the neck, contraction is what causes semen ejaculation through the outlet we call the urethra. So all of that interplay, producing a lot of pleasure, which is intense, albeit short-lived, is physiologically what the orgasm is about. And the rest of the health benefits would follow, like the enumerated. Most importantly, the bit about enhancing, immune boosting, and then a lot of psychological relief, if properly so attained.
Okay, so why is it so obviously harder for a woman to achieve an orgasm compared to a man?
Yeah, so that remains globally among the experts, but what it is that it takes a lot more for a woman to attain all this interplay than it does for men. You see, so the woman, we need to bring on board the psychological preparedness and the psyching up. We need that in combination of something we call social intelligence sensitivity. Say, put it blunt, in a good environment, so that the woman's mind, body can relax. Before the tactile or touching, which stimulates the genitals, is the third component. So it seems to be a lot more difficult to get all these combined for a woman than it is for the man, which mean, it's just the usual thing. Physiologically, the man will see something and promptly gets aroused, and off he goes. And in 2-3 minutes, pelvic floor contraction, ejaculation, to him is done. But for the woman, a lot more is required. The women are special. Their bodies are a lot more complex, which is why they can do a lot more than the men. So we need some understanding to drive the activities related to it and give the women a more impactful orgasm. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, the figures are so shocking. In the 2 studies that we read about, 95% of men are reporting that they regularly have orgasms, and 80% of women are reporting that they regularly fake it.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, we are assuming a situation where majority of sexual relations are heterosexual. So in this case, men are failing the women. How are they getting it wrong? When women come to you, in your consulting room, what are you learning about the blunders that men are making to cause 80% of women to frequently fake it?
Yeah. I don't know if the women on the light channel have been so familiar with the phrase that fake it till you make it, which you try it or not. But I mean, the truth is, it's just an issue derived from a lack of open discussion. So when you interact with patients, hardly are women able to set the stage to discuss this openly with their spouses or their sexual partner. That really is a problem. And so because ego of the man, also flavored by the lack of understanding and a willing to this sensitive discussion, which the man may think, oh, are you the one going to do this? So that really is the social part of it. The issue of women faking orgasm is actually global. Okay? It's global, meaning that men in Ghana are not too elsewhere.
Sefoga, if I can ask you to perhaps reposition yourself, I think our signal keeps going on and off, so we miss a few of the words in your presentation.
Okay.
If we can get you to reposition yourself. But yeah,
Does
please
it
make
seem
that.
better now?
Yes, it sounds better. Please make that last point again.
Yeah, so I said that the concern about women faking orgasm is a global one. Because the study, for instance, in Focus wasn't done in Ghana, but the feed in Ghana is not different. Of course, the figures may just be slightly different, but largely the concept is global because men here are the same as men elsewhere. So it's a social issue, the position of the man in nearly all heterosexual sexual relations. So there's the need for that open discussion, which would then inform both the men and the women, empower the women a little bit more, and then that will be the initial steps of getting it better.
Okay, so physically, what is going wrong in bed? What are men doing wrong that makes it hard for women to achieve orgasm?
Okay, so men are not doing the psycho-emotional stimulation properly. That has been established. Because the men do not know or appreciate the place of that. So men would do better if they take time to vocalize sexual arousal to the woman and set the woman up in a mood, in an environment which is all stimulatory. Before the physical, the men are enjoying on the physical. And that's what we are getting wrong.
Men are majoring on the physical. That's an interesting perspective. Very soon, we would like to hear the views of our callers. A couple of questions that we want to hear answers to. First of all, we'd love for women to explain to us the reason why they fake it, because I think it's established. A lot of women are faking it, so we would like to know why. They might have peculiar reasons that pertain to their own circumstances, or there might be some general reasons we can all learn from. The other thing we want to know is, what are men doing wrong or not doing, or overdoing, or what are men doing wrong that is causing so many women to have to fake it. And for the men, we often hear that women refuse to tell you how poorly you perform because of your ego. Is that true? Do you want to know how poorly you are performing? Do you want to be told that you did a bad job in bed? Today, we're learning more from that. But right now, we're talking to Dr. Promise Sefoka. He's a consultant and gynecologist. He's a lecturer as well at the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at the University of Ghana Medical School. He also happens to be the General Secretary for SOGO, the Society of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of Ghana. So, Dr. Sefoka, I'm sure you have a lot of anecdotes, a lot of stories of women explaining their dissatisfaction sexually. What are some of the common themes, the common complaints that you get?
So, indeed, it comes up, and also a bigger part of the problem is the woman not volunteering it. So, typically, if it's an issue of the couple seeking to conceive, you need to probe further. So try and get information on the quality of a sexual life. Then some of these would come up. Okay? But ordinarily, they hardly come up to complain just about that alone. It has to be linked to something else that a doctor also might have the presence of mind and the requisite expertise to explore to figure it out. And when that is done, the woman will normally say, yes, since we're married, I haven't, had orgasm. And this is marriages or sexual relationships, 5, 10, 15 years we're talking about, And that's why the faking would come in. Because if you have this conversation with the woman alone, you get the fact that, yes, so I just have to pretend to let the man come, and then life goes on. But this wouldn't be said if the consultation is with a couple together, So the reason, like we have established, is just out of, let me just satisfy him. And also, we realize that a lot of women simply do not even know what the orgasm is, and so they don't know what to expect of it. So they don't know they are not experiencing orgasm.
Right. That's revealing.
So, Doc, if I can just ask you, we know that some men will use aphrodisiacs. Is it easy? Can women use something to help?
Yes. I mean, in a large majority of cases, when they open up, either there is an issue of the woman not, quite apart from the psychological, emotional, social issues, when it comes to just the sexual activity. Medically, we've seen issue of women not lubricating adequately, which is largely a problem in women above 40, mid-40s, when they're approaching the menopausal ages. The main female hormone we call estrogen levels are dropping significantly way into the menopause. There is solution once you're able to figure out the physical aspect, and then we address those. But a bit of the psychological bit is what is usually a more prolonged process of learning, referral to sex therapists, clinical psychologists, and that there's definitely a solution. And then based on what we figure out, then we prescribe one or the other or them.
Right. But if a man...
But then the bit on aphrodisiac.
Yes.
It's a very unfortunate problem because, again, that goes to emphasize our observation that men have the mindset that it's all about erection, physical penetration, and the stronger they do that, the better the orgasm. And also because they watch these things in the fake productions, in pornographic movies, where actors are paid to do this. And that's not real life. You see? So the men are thinking, yeah, if I can get a hard erection that will last the longest, penetrate the hardest, thrust the hardest, then I'm a hero. But I'm afraid. Because, yes, we know that about 7 out of 10 women will be good with the stimulation of the clitoris, which is that projection at the entrance of the vagina at the front part, similar to the penis in men. That plays a good part. The vaginal penetration plays a part. When the male organ touches what we call the cervix, the tip of the womb, that also plays a part. And then there's some tiny glands, like pea-sized glands, embedded in the skin of the vagina with an opening pointing into the vaginal opening. And they release some secretions for lubrication, easy penetration, and also to enable the sperm to travel up the birth canal. Right. So all these have a place. But more important things to get to that stage is a psychological aspect, which the men are totally oblivious or ignorant about. And then the tactile bit. The tactile stimulation is not necessarily only of the genitals. There's a place for the nipple. There's a place for other non-genital body parts. For somebody is the ear, somebody is the forehead, somebody is the neck, somebody is the back, the upper back. So various things would work for various women.
Right.
It's not one size fits all. But then it behoves the man to figure it out with a presence of mind that I need to do this together with my sexual partner.
Right.
Aphrodisiacs are dangerous and they don't help. They don't help because, from what we have said, that's not the only thing. But then they are dangerous because we are seeing increasing consumption of these, obviously because they are being overly promoted. And we are seeing young men coming down with kidney and liver problems from excessive consumption of these aphrodisiacs. And there's a risk of some rare, not too rare, complication where the penis gets permanently erect to the extent that it can die off because the blood is stuck there, not getting back. And if you're not lucky, we may have to remove the penis, chop it off surgically, because it's gone from what we call pre-aphrodism. So potential complication of these aphrodisiacs, which we do see from time to time. But more importantly, the kidney complications. Yeah.
Priapism.
So what's the advice here? Is it take it but don't overly do it, or don't take aphrodisiacs at all?
Okay. So why do they take it? Do they genuinely have a problem with what we would describe as erectile dysfunction? If there are thoroughly researched products we would use. Medicinal, non-medicinal, behavioral, psychological, blah, blah, blah. There are levels, depending on the level of the erectile dysfunction or what is even the cause of the erectile dysfunction. Some men with some chronic medical conditions would suffer that. Some may suffer that as a result of medications they are on, in which case we treat the underlying medical condition. If it's drug-induced, we modify the medications or the dosages. Or if it's a psychological thing, we bring it on board the clinical psychologist or the sex therapist. Okay? We don't talk aphrodisiacs. So aphrodisia is a social approach to address a biological medical problem with the potential to cause more significant and potentially life-endangering complications.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, this idea that men seem to have that, the more vigorous they are thrusting, the more enjoyable it is for the woman. There is also a certain counter view, completely counter actually, that penetration gives absolutely no pleasure to women, and that all their pleasure centers are basically on the surface, the entrance, you know. But if you are thrusting deep, there's no pleasure in that for women. Scientifically, is that accurate?
I mean, so this counter view is not accurate because there's a big place in that third component of the tactile stimulation of the genitalia. It starts from the surface, which is called the vulva, the clitoris, the vaginal walls. So all of these need to be touched. Okay, so there should be the need for touching, and the thrusting during penetration attains that. And this same rhythmic thrusting is what enables sometimes the tip of the womb, we call the cervix, to also be touched. And so they all have a place. The penetration has a place. Some study recently, like I mentioned, said about 7 out of 10 women would be okay just when the clitoris is stimulated. But this is in a limited, just for 1,000 study participants. Right. But we know medically, biologically, that the entire genitalia, the vulva, the clitoris, the vagina, the cervix, they all do have a place. Right. Yeah.
So it's not the case that any woman who is enjoying penetration is faking it.
No,
okay.
No.
All right.
No.
Okay, there's a lot more for us to learn from you, Doc. So I want you to actually stay with us because we are going to get our audience to call in with their stories. We have 2 simple questions. We want to hear from ladies and men, their answers to these 2 simple questions. And then at the end of it, perhaps there's something we can learn from you. They'll also throw in their questions for you, their medical questions for you, so that you can deal with them. So please keep listening, and we'll be coming back to you to wrap up this conversation at the end. Dr.
Right.
Sefoga, thank you. Okay, well, when we come back, we'll open the phone lines, and the questions are simple. For the ladies, we want to know, why do you fake it? Why do you not give honest feedback to your man about his sexual performance or lack of it? Men, do you want the truth? Do you want to hear the true feedback from your women? Or do you prefer that they just keep giving you a performance so that you feel good? When we come back, we'll explore that. Before we go, somebody just sent us this. This is their experience, their contribution to our conversation today. Listen.
Good morning, Kojo and friends. This is my take. Yes, women and a lot of women fake orgasm. And there are various reasons why they fake orgasm, because very often they don't want to communicate that. But if it is genuine, then one expects that it would be communicated and done so effectively. Now, there's no reason to create anxious moments. So the way it is communicated, or it has to be communicated, is very important. It is the reason why most counselors will tell couples to communicate, even in matters of sex preferences and other things. So I think that there's no need to hide it if there is a genuine reason why this is happening to the couple. And on the second point, men, yes, would need to be told when they are not performing as expected and when they are not scoring good points. But the way and manner it is expected to be communicated, the way and manner the communication goes, is as important as the subject itself. You know, if it is not done properly, it destroys the man for good. It destroys him totally. So it is important that there's also a serious consideration when this has to be done. So in all, it boils down to communicating effectively and discussing the issues and the difficulties any one of the partners is having, or both of them are having, so that once you do the communication right, then you'll find a solution to it. With faking orgasm, there are many ways, many ways, other ways of solving the problem. And then again, when somebody is not performing up to standard, there are ways of helping him and dealing with the situation. So I think the most important thing to consider here is how to communicate the problem and how to discuss and solve it together. Thank you.
Electroland Ghana Limited is showing love this Ramadan. Assalamu alaikum, we have dropped prices. Shh, relax, time is limited. Let me tell you a secret. Walk into the EGL showroom and grab something from Samsung, Nasco, Toshiba, Media, and many more. All inside EGL. With as little as 499 Ghana cedis, you can grab yourself a Toshiba standing fan. Grab your Nasco AC, Samsung televisions from 32 inches to as big as 75 inches. Yes, Toshiba washing machine, Nasco fridge, Toshiba microwave, Sound Tower soundbar, and many more. It's Ramadan EGL promotion.
Let us cherish the time spent together with family and friends. We wish you and your families Ramadan Karim, an EGL Ramadan promotion.
Mavis, this your son. He'll be a football star. When does he train? What time does he even wake up?
Breakfast time. No, he wakes up earlier, but when I give him Miller with breakfast, that's when I see that the champion in him is awake.
Don't just wake up your child, wake up the champion in him. Let Milo with Active Go and the natural goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa help wake up the champion in your child every day. Milo, energy to go further. Milo! This advert is FDA approved. My neighbor, when match they catch pet, you go here say they shout.
My husband no get one single romantic boom for him body, yet he always they hug the cushions their things. Oh, you go here be.
Kojo dear, he go fight you anytime you wake him up for school, but he comes Saturday morning. Hey, all you go here be.
It's mission time.
You too for live your stories with correct football, correct local drama, then magical kiddie entertainment with only 50 Ghana cedis a month. DSTV, it's your moment.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM. Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Wow. Interesting views coming through on our conversation so far, right, Mama V? We'll share a few of your tweets and so forth very soon. But thanks for sending them through. Text messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by the Glycocritical Illness Plan, GSIP. It's in your best interest to survive.
At Glyco Life, we believe this is the time to protect your future with our life insurance policies. Our products are designed to offer you peace of mind, especially in this COVID-19 era. To our policyholders, your claims are very important to us, and we advise you to visit our offices or the Glyco Life website, which is glycolife.com, to lodge your claims for prompt service. We are surviving COVID-19 together, so please pay your premiums via your chosen mode of payment or by Momo on 059 144 1473 or by e-premium for micro insurance to safeguard your policies. Call the call center. The team is ready to support you on 0202 222 113. Please practice social distancing, keep safe, and trust Glyco Life to cushion you for life.
Okay, Kingdom Books and Stationery reminds you to go check out their new website, kingdomstoreonline.com, where you can buy whatever you want from Kingdom without physically going to any of their stores. You can pay via Momo across all networks, and they'll deliver to your home or office in good time. If you live in Accra or Tema, then your delivery will be free. Terms and conditions do apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is their hallmark.
Now, if money was not a factor, why would you like, or how would you like to run your business? Now, picture it now and start being efficient with a total business solutions provider who makes business so simple with a wide range of services such as dedicated internet, mobile services, data co-location, among others. Whichever business you run, whatever solution your business needs, Airtel Tigo Business will provide tailor-made solutions just for your business. So what are you waiting for? Call us now on 0577 555 000. Send an email to business@airteltigo.com.gh for flexible total solutions for your business. Airtel Tigo Business, making business simple.
Okay, many tweets coming through. There's a question. This one is from at Andrews Agbesi. He says, could you ask the consultant whether dirty talk or conversation with the woman is enough to get her psychological attention before the actual event? What do you think? Good idea?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Any other tweets?
At Kwame Sam says, hard to tell, but imagine you, the man, think you have performed and rising up only to be told you know you did nothing. Some guys may not get an erection again after hearing that.
Really?
At Ken Kosovo says they won't say it all because they don't want to lose the daily bread. But I think you can begin to give us a call now on 0302 216 541 or 055 1111997 0302 216 541 or 055 1111997.
So with whatever your contribution, we also want you to answer these questions. Ladies, why do you fake it? Why do you fake it? Would you rather not give honest feedback to your man? And men, do you want to hear honest feedback about your performance in bed? 80% of women are saying that they regularly fake it. Maybe your woman is in there. Do you want to hear that? Nicholas is in New Ningo. Nicholas, good morning.
Good morning.
Talk to us.
Yes, I think giving feedback is very necessary. Why am I saying so? That will tell you how far you have gone. But if you just use your masculine, and at the end, it is nothing, what have you done? I learned from Dr. Kisiedu, who said women are like gas stove. They heat slowly. Electric stove. They heat slowly. Men are gas stove. You light the match, boom, they are there. So why don't you work on your lady? If you do it well, she'll be able to tell you. And I don't see anything wrong if my woman tells me, yes, oh, you didn't do well. That should rather encourage me to pick up, do better. But if I will say that because of that, I will go flat and that is the end of it, then who am I? I'm nothing more. So feedback is very necessary. That is what I think. Yes.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing that. Let's go to Airport Hills. Emmanuel, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Where do you stand on this one?
I want to show a bit light on what the consultant said.
Emmanuel, can you speak up, please?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, yeah.
Yes, I want to show a bit light on what the consultant said earlier on.
Right.
Yes, in relationships, I think both partners have to come into agreement, have to communicate well to each other. Because, to be honest with you, I had this same experience last year. I had an affair with this lady. After the affair, she told me that I'm fragile, like I'm very weak, and that didn't discourage me. It rather boost me because I realized that I have to work on do something better to make sure she gets satisfied. But it doesn't mean I should do self-treatment. I have to do a consultation rather. Because, you doing a self-treatment, you have to think about the future. Is that going to benefit you in the future, your health? Your health is the most important thing you should think or put in the first place.
Okay.
So I think we should rather, do consultation than doing a self-treatment.
Educate us a little bit, Emmanuel. What did she mean when she said you were weak? What did she mean
Yes.
specifically?
So he was like, I didn't perform well. I'm fragile. And like when it comes to, and me, I know myself.
Right.
I'm a type of person that when I'm coming, like I come across a lady, it takes time for me to do whatever I want to do. There are some ladies, when you follow their speech, their talks, you are going to come down. You should know yourself in the first place as a guy. Know yourself. Don't follow what they will say.
Okay.
There are some guys, it takes them a long period of time for them to perform well.
Right.
And there are some people, for instance, let's say there will be a lady, she came across a guy who took a tramadol. And that guy worked on her for like 2 hours, or let's say 1 hour, 30 minutes. But when she comes to, her normal guy, the guy will just work like 90 minutes or 1 hour. That's his strength. And you, that guy, he shouldn't discourage you. You should know yourself in the first place. If you know yourself, no one is going to, discourage you or bring you down.
So what I was interested in is the meaning of the weak and fragile. So she meant that you didn't go for long, or
she meant that
you were
I
not
didn't,
going hard enough.
Go well. Yes, I wasn't that hard enough to get her into satisfaction.
Thanks for clarifying that, Emmanuel. Thanks very much for sharing your experience. I appreciate that. Akosia is in Achimota. Hi, Akosia. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You are our first lady, so we are hoping to learn a lot from you. Why do women fake it?
We fake it because we want our men to feel good.
But don't you want to feel good as well?
And we want to feel good as well. We want to feel better, Kojo, but they wouldn't listen. You want to teach your man, go it this way, and he's not ready to listen to you. He will come and ask you, hey, where do you learn this thing from? Who is teaching you this? How come you know all this? At your age, you are still learning where the hole is. You have to set. Even sometimes you have to help him to teach him that put it this way. It's not about the strokes. Listen to what your woman is saying. Like the doctor was saying, it's all about communication. But men are not ready. Like you are brutalizing his ego. You want to teach him, but he's not ready to learn. So that is it. So fake it, so we all leave this earth.
Wow.
Your man is on top of you, and you know that he is just joking. You are not feeling anything. Whack. But you can't tell him. And he's not ready to listen. So what would you do? You just keep quiet and fake it. And that makes him feel good. But within you, you know that you are not enjoying anything.
So obviously you can't live like this forever. So do you find pleasure elsewhere, or do you pleasure yourself?
When you have gone out with someone before and the person is good at it, and look at your husband for so many years, he's not doing anything. So you can't complain, and you can't cheat as well. So just keep quiet and watch him.
So do you end up pleasuring yourself, finishing yourself off later?
Well, sometimes. Sometimes. Because you look at your own husband and he's not doing, and he's cheating as well. That's the most annoying thing. Look at your wife, nice shape, nice body. You can't satisfy her, you are cheating. Sometimes you just look at him like, Papa, we. Even hole, you are looking for where, at your age, you are still searching for where the hole is. And you are cheating. Kojo, another time.
Akosia, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Wow. And I mean, this is the truth. This is the men, are you listening? Do you want your woman to tell you this truth? You want to hear it? Senna is in Newtown. Senna, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kojo.
My brother, talk to us.
Yeah, it is true that some men are, due to their ego, they don't like to listen to those kind of stuff. But you have to also consider the other side. The women also, sometimes some women become afraid to tell their husband the truth, because when they feel that when they tell their husband, oh, you didn't perform well or you didn't do well, it will look like if they are spoiled, or they are that's a lot. Yeah, that's all some of the women feel. Please, I'm having feedback. So they feel like the man will feel they are harlot or they are prostitute or they are sport. So they always hide it within themselves, and then some of them have the guts to go out and then cheat on their husbands. Most especially some who are in relationship, they fear if they say that because the man will say, "Oh, okay, this is how you are." So they feel they may lose the man. They may not marry the man. May not marry her. You understand?
So whose fault is this?
But one thing also we must bear in mind that those sexual weaknesses comes out of STDs, which both of them have to work together, come together, and then work at it. But sometimes where is the money? Where is the money? Some people are not that well to do to chest out and go to hospital to work at it. Do you understand?
Yeah, I
get
it.
So that's the whole problem.
Financial.
Yeah, you were asking some questions.
Thank you, Senna. Thanks for that. Let's go to Hacho. We've got Rukaya on the line. Rukaya, thanks for calling us.
Good morning.
So why are you faking it?
Because I think the one problem is the way we are even socialized. Growing up, we are made to understand that sex is bad. A woman, your private part, or even a boy, your private part is nothing to even make mention of. And so we grow up with that consciousness. And so both the men and the women, we don't talk because we don't even know our bodies. You get it? But I believe if you are a woman, you know yourself. You know that, it is my nipple that gets me on. At least you communicate it. But the men, why natural? This unnecessary question. Instead of you sit and be like, okay, tell me more. How do you want me to touch you? How do you want me to talk to you? Even right from morning. They can be so rude to you. Come back in the evening, they expect you to do it. Just give it to them. It is more annoying though, and they are sleeping. Like,
So how
in
do
the woman, you're lying and you're like, But there's nothing more nicer than even after every intimacy, talk to your partner. How did I do it? Was it okay? The way I touched you, was it okay? How would you want me to do it the next time?
So let me ask you this, Rukaya. How do you deal with it? If you give a man feedback and he rather becomes suspicious of you, that perhaps you've been learning new skills from another man, how do you deal with it?
Okay, so Kajo, for me, I have adopted this strategy. Now, if any man comes my way, sincerely, initially I was like, okay, let's just do it for the fun of it. But right now, my policy is either I do it and do it very well, make sure I get the satisfaction, because I know that there are lots of health benefits to sex or being intimate, or I don't do it at all. Because if you do it and you don't do it, it has its own implications. But mostly we don't know this. We think it's just the trust thing, the in and out, and then we are done. It goes beyond that. After good intimacy, because you're able to sleep, and you wake up and you're like, And then sometimes after all this, you the men, when the woman is able to reach orgasm, like even the way she even treats you, the man, okay, Joe, only God knows. But they don't know this. Please, they should communicate with us. And the women too, please. Let's communicate more, because it's our body.
Thank you, Rukaya. We want to hear from more women. Call us. 0302-216-541, 055-111-997. James is in Nungwa. James, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
My brother.
Yeah, some of the problems is coming from the woman. It's like if you come to bed, you don't like it. And those things can start you to go to a different place. Do you understand?
No, explain what you mean.
I said, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I just said explain it.
Some of the ladies, they are not, it's not like they are not good on bed, but they don't like having sex sometimes. So maybe when you come to those things, if you do it once, and they say 2 months later before, 3 months later before, you can come closer to the person. So those things can suck the man from from you with a different person.
So some women don't enjoy sex, is what you're saying?
No.
Okay. But isn't it because perhaps, you're not doing it well?
Oh, no, it's not like that.
How do you know?
But it's like every day or the question is they give you 1 month or 3 months that before you come closer to me.
And I'm saying, isn't it because they don't enjoy it? If they enjoy it, wouldn't they come for you every night?
Me, I don't enjoy. It's like they are doing those things. I don't enjoy those things. But I don't know. They don't enjoy it. I don't know. So those things can start the men from the ladies.
Okay. That's a valid point. Thank you, James. Let's go to Accra, Newtown. Hi, Fafa. Good morning.
Good morning, Kojo.
Thanks for calling.
You're welcome. How are you?
Yeah, we are managing and we are learning today. So educate us.
Then I think you have a lot of things to learn today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Growing up, on my side, we were taught that sex was nothing to even talk about. So now that we are mature, we can't even discuss sex with your husband or your spouse. So whether he does it well or not, you just lay in bed like that and that's all. My first time of having an intercourse with my guy, within 30 minutes, I was just lying down and I was like, what happened? So I was just lying in bed and he woke up and was like, what is wrong? I said, you just left me hanging. And was like, so what should I do? I said, I don't know. Just try to make me also enjoy and then come as much as you also came. So from there, we started working on it. He touched me. I was okay. I don't like this. I do this. I want this. And then for like 3 to 4 years now, Kojo, I will tell you that true to God, if our intimacy is for 30 minutes, from the beginning to the end, I will have double or maximum, as many orgasms as I can.
Praise be to God.
Yes, and I always say that it's just communication. And the men should understand that women are women. You have to take your time. You have to work on the person. It's just like waiting for an electric stove to just heat up. You don't have to rush. And when the women complain, try to understand them, because when they have the fun, when they enjoy it, when they have orgasm, that is when they have the pleasure of having you again. But if you just come and then then you go, and that's all. The woman will not be happy. Even, in fact, when she's lying beside you, so I think men should at least sit down for like 10 minutes. Ask your woman, what do you want? How do you want it? Did you enjoy it? Even when you are having orgasm, try to communicate with the person. Oh, sister, do you love it this way? Oh, they don't just do that. They just come when they are on and then off they go. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you, Fafa. Thanks for that. Great advice. That's Fafa with the multiple orgasms. Lucky woman. Lucky woman. Okay, Edmond is in Ardenta. Hi, Edmond. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Christian.
My brother, talk to us.
Yeah, actually, I was listening to the doctor, but I think there was one question I didn't hear you asking him. Now, when it comes to sex, what is an ideal duration for a man to ejaculate? Because that's the problem we have as men. We think we want to satisfy the women, so we want to go beyond 5-10 minutes. We don't know our duration. That's one thing the women also need to learn, so that they will stop blaming us. Now, if they think faking it, let them get it. Fine. Maybe it's part of the act. Right. So please, I want you to address duration for lovemaking, for especially for men to achieve orgasm, so that we stop killing.
So Edmund, so I make sure that I understand your question. You want to know how many minutes of penetration a man should do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
But what if your woman's pleasure will not come from the penetration but from other things?
Okay, fine. It could come from other things, because the penetration is just one aspect of lovemaking. Touching and all those things are part of it.
Yeah.
Right.
But you want to know the duration of the penetration. Okay. All right, we'll get you an answer from Dr. Sefogan. Let's go to Tema. Here's Ken. Hi, Ken. Good morning.
Good morning, Kojo.
Thanks for calling, bro.
Welcome, sir. Quick one, Kojo. 99% of the time, women fake orgasm or women don't orgasm because of concentration or lack of concentration. Now, I'll explain. Men's brain is wired different from women's brain. Okay? So, for example, a man will have a particular box for his clothing. A man will have a particular box for his car, for his PC in his brain. So when a man wants to do something about his car, he goes straight to the box in his brain and do something about his car. It's different for women. Women's brain is wired haphazardly. Everything left, right, center, everything is scattered all over the place. So during sex, instead of the woman going into the box like a man would do for sex and just concentrate and enjoy sex, the woman will now be thinking about how the man is going to mess up her hair during the sex. The woman will be thinking about, is he enjoying it or he's not enjoying it? Will he come back to me tomorrow or not? Will he pay me? Will he pay me after it or he won't pay me? Or does he love me? Is he doing it for fun or whatever it is? And trust me, these things will not make them come. So all they need is concentration. I listened to the other women talking about how some men are not romantic. Men will not start do any foreplay and all that. Yes, that is also there, but it's just a minute fraction. It's just 1%, but then 99% the women do not concentrate, and that is the reason why they don't orgasm. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Thanks for sharing. Cynthia is in Accra. Let's make this our last call for now. Cynthia, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you?
I'm very well and glad you've called.
This is my first time of calling.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. You chose
a
brilliant topic.
To you guys, but
Thank you.
I've not been successful in calling in.
Oh, we thank God for you getting through today.
Yes, it's an interesting topic. But the other way we have to look at it also is, especially the married ones, there was a lady who said they are not able to even tell their husband how they perform. Yes, it's true, because the man goes to meet, another young girl, and the girl is in need of money, and he will do any other thing to fake and pretend the man is performing. And here is the case, the man will come home, and to meet the real wife, in bed, he's not able to perform. You being the wife, telling your husband this, what do you think will be ringing in his mind? He will not mind you, because he will be saying, after all, I'm able to perform outside. Whilst outside is because of your money, that girl was pretending just to take your money. And you are back home, the reality is on the ground that you are not able to perform. If your wife should tell you, you'll be angry. And you will not even believe her. And it will even happen to the point that you will not even have fun to even be sleeping with her anymore. So to cut everything short, you just have to pretend.
Interesting.
You see how it is. So side chicks sometimes bring this kind of confusion into the marriage when it comes to sex.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Thanks, Cynthia. Okay, let's get a quick answer to that question from Edmund, from Dr. Sefogan, who's back on the line. We've got just about 1 minute to go. So, Dr. Sefogan, there was a question about how long, ideally, should penetration last before a man, climaxes during sex?
Okay, isn't, say, a prescribed duration, but anything between 3 to 10 minutes, occasionally, if we're going beyond 15, then it's probably a disorder we need to look at. But because, not all human beings are the same, it's hardly possible to prescribe exact number of minutes which is as satisfactory or not. Pretty much the issue has to do with the content of that duration.
Well, that clarifies that for us. So final thoughts, 30 seconds or so, if you can wrap up for us, Dr. Sefogan.
Well, yeah. So sexual disorders are a major part and contributors to physical health. So in sexual stimulation, let the men come down and listen to women who would also be willing to open up, and let's discuss these things. Okay, we need a great deal of psychological setting up, a good environment, and great quality foreplay. And together, we work towards achieving orgasm both ways, just so we can get the benefits there are for both parties. But aphrodisiacs have no place here. They are dangerous. Thank you.
For that. In fact, thanks to all of you who called us. And for Dr. Sefogan, we appreciate the education very much.
Well, I think it's clear, from the tweets that we've received and from the calls as well. I guess the men say they want the feedback, so let's give it to them. Whether or not they can handle it, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Thank you so much. This has been illuminating. We really appreciate all your contributions. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being in with us the whole week. We've got another spanking week of 5 shows coming at you from Monday. But have a wonderful weekend between now and then. And until we meet again, my name is Kojo Youngson. I'm the morning man.
My name is Mama Vio Swawaji.
Adults music. That's all.
Coffee in your cup. Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet. On Joy 99.7 FM.
You bring me a day, and then you make me new betty a groovy. Woman time a day, family to a bam. Na found to granuma soon. Hope it to bay, but you be able to me and mine. About your soul.